Mr. Chairman, it's Aussie Villain. Yeah, no, I'm good. But listen, I was thinking that maybe now, since we've got that European money in the bank, we could use that to invest in our youth recruitment and youth coaching. No? Okay, well, what about if we use the Gareth Wilson money that you got behind my back? Yeah, I thought so. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 9, Episode 6 here at H&W Welders, and today we look to continue our European campaign. We're hosting Genk, I think without a doubt the toughest team in the group. I think the likes of Benteke, De Bruyne, got those in the order, didn't I? A few other really good players have come through their system, so hopefully we're not going to run into the next one of those. And then it's Linfield in the league, and we'll get to the league in just a second, but this is a massive game. But the big news since last episode is that, we've got a little bit of an improvement into our youth and youth recruitment and junior coaching. Excellent junior coaching now, which is good. Adequate youth recruitment, which is okay, which is adequate. But yeah, I mean, we do obviously need to look to do the actual facilities at some point. We just don't quite. It's not Champions League money we have, is it? So we saw we were running things a little bit close, before this season getting to the group stage. So I just want to be a little bit careful. But obviously, the coaching and the recruitment is relatively cheap, and hopefully it'll mean we get some really good young players coming through. Now the other thing we were able to do is get the number of scouts increased at the club. We've still got one more to hire. We've got an extra 2 scouts, so that'll help in just finding, future players. So that's also happened. But we're just waiting on a work permit, I think, for a scout. I think that's the problem that we're looking to solve there. Now, there are 3 games to catch you up on since last episode where we got off to a stunning start, really, in the European campaign and beat Larne, of course. We're in I think we're top of the league, weren't we? So there's 3 games in the league to catch you up on. The first one was against Ballymena United. They used to be a really, top 4 team. They've dropped off a little bit lately. Let's see how they look this season. We went in front early when Luca Hull crossed for McDade. And we're 2-0 up at half-time when Hull and McDade combined again. Simpson picked out Diora to make it 3-0 early in the second half, before McDade found Diora late on to round off the scoring. So a comfortable win for us. McDade with a double, Diora with a double, Simpson looking really good. I mean, look at those match ratings. We played quite well on this one, to be honest. Really limited their chances as well. But while we were doing this, both Linfield and Larne both lost. So that's obviously a massive 3 points for us. The next game we had in the league was against Glenavon. So let's see how that went. Napoleon gave us a half-time lead and then found Rory King to double it. Before Fevre's cross was headed down by Fitzpatrick for Cargbo to add a third. There was a poor first half performance from us, to be honest, just the penalty, but we were much better in the second half. We brought Fevre off the bench, so it was good to see him at least get take part in a goal, even if it was late on and didn't really affect the match rating for him. But generally speaking, we played well. And that's a good thing. So that was 2 home games that we had. We now had an away game. We were going to Carrick Rangers. Let's see how we could do in that one. We were down to 10 men when Fevre gave us the lead with his first Welders goal. And Simpson played in Diora to make it 2-0 moments later, before Simpson was again the provider for Lions to seal the points. So a really strange game, this one. We were so much better with 10 men, it was untrue. We went to wingers when we went down to 10 men. Fevre got his first goal again off the bench, so that's good to see him settling in. Really strange game. At 0-0, you can see, if you look at the XG tracker, at 0-0, it really wasn't much of a game. We went down to 10 men. We were a different team, completely different team. So Robin got himself sent off, but Fevre, Diora and Lions made sure that we came away with the 3 points. And let's have a look at what that means for the league table. I mean, look at this. We're doing okay, especially defensively recently. We'll need that today, of course, against Genk and Linfield, but we're 4 points clear. So even if we were to lose today against Linfield, we will still be top of the table. And of course, we currently sit top of the league in terms of the conference group as well, just down to that first wonderful result. Now, we are playing the European game first, but we have a quick look at Genk. Now, they may have only beaten Rabbit Nicky 1-0, but it wasn't through lack of trying. Now, absolutely dominated the game. Now, is that a good sign, showing that they maybe lack a little bit in front of goal? Perhaps, but 30 key passes in this one. So it's not going to be easy. But let's have a look at what we're doing here now. What have I got to do to get back? Can we get back to that screen? We can't. So this is what we're doing. This is our team lineup. It is Jitter in goal. It's McCulley, Gribben, Simpson, and Hall as the back four. Napoleon and McGreevy in midfield. King, Armstrong, and Fitzpatrick. McDade goes up top. A strong bench: Roger, Davenport, Lyons, O'Hare, McQuaid, Favre, and Cargbo. Let's see what we can do against the Belgian. Are they champions? They're certainly up there, aren't they? Okay, so we can see the lineups there. A couple of names. Mazengo, I recognise. Billing, is that a Chelsea youngster, I think. Emre Moore, he's a Turkish winger, isn't he? Chancel Mbemba, that's the guy that was at Newcastle for a bit, is it not? So there's some names there we recognise, which is probably not a good thing for us. What do we say to this? Been a good run, let you go, and then impress me. Let's show what we're made of. I think I could maybe just about get on board with that. I would imagine, even if this is a home game, home game that was in Northern Ireland, not at Tillysburn, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's a game that we still wouldn't be expected to win. I wouldn't have thought. But we've seen that, we cause upsets. We're not the easiest team to beat when we have 11 men on the field. And we've got a nice early highlight here. McGreevy and Napoleon there for Hall. Hall with a cross to the back post. That's headed away. McCulley should pick that up, though. Ball back in. It's King. Rory King, and Rory King has given us a 5th-minute lead against the Belgian. I'm not sure if they are champions. It's probably Anderlecht or Club Brugge, but they're certainly a really good, big Belgian side. And we've got 1-0 up very, very early on here. Now, this is one of these. If we were to win this, well, then you've got to start the fans just to top the group, which would be amazing. I should say, too, a bit of a milestone. This is the 100th episode of The Impossible Dream this year, which is massive. So if you've watched every episode, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments if you've been here for all of them, and maybe, your favourite memories so far. Ooh. I mean, I think it's got to be the comeback against... who do we have that? Also, the stoppage time comeback. It's got to be that, surely. But maybe other favourite memories. The 6-0 against Larne, of course. The massacre of Tillysburn Park. Oh, and it's 1-1. And it wasn't the best defending that, was it? Let's be honest. Lead lasted about 5 minutes. And maybe we should just temper our expectations a little bit here. Decent header away. For Linden there, picks it up, gets the cross back in, and we just never quite organised, did we? Gribben maybe didn't go with his man. McCulley didn't get around quick enough. And it's 1-1, and it's one of those that's a little bit of a soft goal to concede as well, isn't it? We've got another highlight. Simpson stands over it. Across for Gribben. Forward there for Napoleon. What can the great man do? Picks out King, our inverted winger. Goal scorer, of course, as well. That's not a good pass. Emre Moore is there. He's a good dribbler, isn't he, Emre Moore? Hall's doing his best to get back, but this is looking as though we're giving it away. And a good block, and McGreevy completes the clearance. Maybe we just need to give it a little bit of a focus shout here. Oh, no. They've gone in again. Jitter there. That's quite easy for him in the end. But we'll just give it a focus. I mean, even a draw here, to be honest, wouldn't be a terrible result for us. Of course, it would keep us ahead of Legia Warsaw. We have to. They're coming to our place, of course, as well. So if we're ahead of them, a double header coming up against Rabbit Nicky, you'd fancy us to take 6 points from that, I would imagine. So a draw here wouldn't be a terrible result for us in terms of getting top 2 in the group. McCulley has run out a little bit there. Emre Moore has put it just past. And I'm wondering if maybe they are sort of coming at it a little bit more in wide areas. They're a vertical tiki-taka side. Now, usually, I've found against vertical tiki-taka, playing really narrow helps because obviously they're trying to go vertical front to back as quick as possible. So narrowing the space they have to do that in has worked for me in the past. But they look as though they're coming at us a little bit more in wider areas. What do we want to say to this? Do we want to go out there for the fans in the second half? We haven't been the better team here. I can't say I'm happy with it. So I think maybe we go out there and we try and do it for the fans in the second half. Unlucky. It was something maybe I could have gone with unlucky, but we haven't been brilliant. See, they have got inside forwards, which does make me think we should be defending narrow. Anyway, we've got a goal kick here with jitter. Simpson has it. Simpson gets it wide for Hull. Hull's playing this one in place of Lyons. Hull had picked up a bit of a knock in the last game. So Lyons had to come off, had to come on for him, sorry. So Lyons is a little bit match fatigued. There isn't too much difference between them, to be honest. Fitzpatrick goes past his man. Can he pick out a cross? It's there for McDade, down for King! And Rory King does it again! Early in the second half this time. It's 2-1. We've gone back in front. Let's give them a focus shout to try and make sure that we're not going to go and give it away. But Fitzpatrick goes straight past his man. It was a good little knockdown there for McDade. King with the finish. And it is 2-1. And we're back in front here at Windsor Park. All right. Well, I mean, this would be a massive result if we could get it. We have just backed it off to positive from attacking. Can't give him another shout just yet. McGreevy gets that clear. McGreevy is decent in the air, actually, so that's another bonus to him playing this one over McQuaid, who is not good in the air. We've seen him. He's a midget. He's 4 foot nothing. I think he's technically a hobbit. McGreevy, can he get a tackle in here? Oh, not quite. Yeah, and we've seen before, we have struggled a little bit in getting defending free kicks and set pieces in general. So McGreevy being in there, and that is just wide. McGreevy being in there just helps with that a little bit. We've got a free kick here. Now, Armstrong's decent. Napoleon's decent. Armstrong's going to take it. Armstrong, it's decent. It's saved around the post by the goalkeeper, and we're going to have a corner. Now, Armstrong's not having his best game. I wonder if we maybe look to stick Napoleon forward a little bit and get... Maybe we could even do McQuaid in midfield to just try and get control of it a little bit. We've got him on the bench. We've got O'Hare as well. All right, let's maybe go back to a central 3 since we have the lead. It does make me wonder a little bit. What do we want to say? Let's give them a demand more. It does make me wonder a little bit if we want to go with somebody other than... Now, they've changed their formation. They're getting desperate. They've gone 2 up top. And, all right, we're getting towards stoppage time here. So what we will do, has dropping Armstrong back in hasn't really helped him. So we'll bring O'Hare on at this point and we'll make a complete switch around. Just go in there as a ball winner for me. Yeah, let's leave Napoleon as a deep liar. And I think what we might do, Cargbo, target man on support. Just try and hold it up there for us, please, Mr. Cargbo. We're going towards stoppage time, so we'll start and close this thing down. And this would be a huge result. This is a big... relatively big anyway, European scalp, I would imagine. Would it be our biggest scalp yet? I think, did we beat Olympiacos? So I think Olympiacos is maybe, are they bigger than Genk? Either way, we've got a win there. That went quite quick, didn't it? Wonderful performance from us. We've outdone them a little bit in terms of their XG was higher, but Rory King's the hero. That was very special, boys. And, well, bring on Linfield. Okay, so 6 points in the bag. Now, Legia Warsaw has beaten Rabakniki in Macedonia fairly comfortably. So you would imagine we should be able to beat them, shouldn't we? Because we really did have a good performance against Legia. But there we go. We shine. We're top of the group. Rory King with a double. Excellent stuff from him. And guys, wait right there because we're going to play Linfield next. And if we can avoid defeat there, well, we'll still be obviously at least 4 points clear. Okay, welcome back. It is, well, the biggest game we've had in the league for a number of seasons, I would suggest. We are about to host Linfield, first versus second in the league. Look at Larne, by the way. I should have pointed this out sooner. 10 points we are ahead of them. Surely we are going to be top 2, even if we aren't able to get the better of Linfield over the course of the season. 10 points is a big head start for us to have, which is excellent. But let's have a look here and see what we're doing. Linfield, we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And, well, I'm really hoping this is the day. It's a bit of a changing of the guard for us. Now, we want to put O'Hare... I stuffed that up. Hang on a second. All right, next game only. O'Hare drops back in. And you are just in there as a ball winner for me. And McQuaid, you can have permission to go and get forward for us. Okay, so this is the team we're sending out. It's Jitter in goal. It's Edgar, Davenport, and Simpson as the back 3. Lyons down the right. McCulloch down the left. O'Hare just sits in there for us. McQuaid and De Rosa in midfield. It is Diora and McQuaid getting forward. We do have a strong bench. this is the Saturday. Obviously, we played on the Thursday in Europe, so I don't want to tire out the players too much. But we do have an international break coming up after this game, so that's why people like McCulloch and McDade and those sorts of guys are backing up here. So we do have Cargbo, Fevra, Napoleon, Greavy, Hall, and Gribben on the bench. The reason we're going out like this is partly just to try and keep it tight. I mean, a draw for us here is not a terrible result. Even if it is at home. We've been all good to let you go out there and impress me. Just go out there and enjoy yourselves today, I think. We are playing Linfield back-to-back. Oh, yeah. We've got Linfield in the League Cup after this. Now, as we know, we don't take that seriously. So I'm not too concerned. But let's see what we can do here. All right. And here we go. It's an interesting challenge for us. It would be fantastic, as I say, if we could keep a draw here. Keep that 4-point gap. Obviously, a win would be even better. McQuaid with a free kick. The goalkeeper's got that. It's a punch. It's not the most convincing, but it's got the job done for them. We do have enough players back. Now, what we need to do is just make sure that we don't let him run around the outside of all of them and pull a ball back and let them score, which is exactly what's going to happen, isn't it? Unbelievable. And we're behind after 3 minutes. And you would have to say that kind of came out of nowhere. We had more than enough players back. De Rosa has really got to just dive in there, doesn't he? Just take a booking. And that is all a little bit of a shambles for us. So we've demanded more. We'll see what becomes of it. We'll give them some encouragement. We've got another free kick to defend here. And that is just wide. Do we go out on a limb and say already that this isn't quite working for us? So let's try that. And if this doesn't work, then I think what we do, let's go and get stuck in as well. If you can't beat them, break them. And if this doesn't work, then we have the options to change things. We could go wingers. McGreevy can play wide left, though more as a playmaker than an out-and-out winger. Or where we could stick Napoleon on further forward. There's a good ball for McDade. He's in front of the goalkeeper. McDade is onside, and that's 1-1. Excellent goal. The 7th of the season for Aaron McDade. McQuaid to McDade. It's a tongue twister, but it's a nice little partnership they have at times, isn't it? Was it O'Hare? No, it was McQuaid. Turns, delivers the pass. McDade just onside. Could he have maybe gone around the keeper there? It doesn't matter. In the back of the net, so that's fine. We're all happy with that. And how close was it to offside? He did just enough. So we're all happy with that. All right, let's give them some praise. That's not really worked, has it? I did praise them, didn't I? How are you frustrated at praise? Anyway. It's a even game, isn't it? It's not too much happening. Let's give them some encouragement. We've got nervous players, which isn't ideal. We've got a corner. McQuaid to take. It's decent. It's towards the... Oh, it's off the crossbar. I think it was Diora with a flick on, and it might have been Simpson, the defender Simpson at the back post that's hit the crossbar. We've got another corner. McQuaid. It's again in towards Diora. Again, it's headed away, and don't do this again. Just bring him down. Oh, we've got Wilson on the field for them as well, of course, who was so ruthlessly taken away by our chairman. Was that a complete air swing by Lyons, was it? Or did it ricochet off somebody? Ball back in. McCulloch is there. That should be over. It is. And that ends the highlights. Yeah, Wilson. Completely missed that in the lineups. I'm assuming he started. Anyway. What do we want to see? Just fine. You've been the better team. Unlucky. Do we say we've been the better team? I mean, we've hit the crossbar. They haven't. Let's go with that. Let's try and build a bit of confidence here. We have faith in you. We've got 2 nervous centre-backs. Now that is not ideal. Let's give them some encouragement. That's fired them up. All right, come on, boys. Let's see if we can go and nick a win here. Cargbo on the bench. Diora's not having a great game. That's a bit of a no-brainer, isn't it? Diora has been in wonderful, wonderful form. That's straight through the middle. Boys. And we've got an extra player in there as well. Davenport's got the first header, and he's just not got back, and no one's covered him. So that is not ideal. All right. Have I got my halftime team talk wrong? Doesn't sound like me, does it? We've got a free kick here. Come on, Jetta, get ready for it, mate. No, was it post? It's a goal kick. It was post. And now for the goal kick. We'll see how this develops. I'm thinking, having got my team talk, I'm assuming wrong at halftime. We might need to make a change. There's a ball forward to nobody. And, yeah. Don't score. They've gone the dink, and he has scored, and it's all gone wrong. So let's, all right. Oh, for Christ's sake, Aussie villain, what have you done? All right, Napoleon for O'Hare. That's the obvious thing to do, isn't it? Advanced playmaker for you. McQuaid, go back to a deep liar for me. And, yeah. I maybe should have said the opposite to what I said. We've just fallen asleep again, haven't we? It's Davenport over the top, and he's just not going with Walker. And he's supposed to be on the cover as well. I'm sure I have him on the cover, don't I? Where's Davenport? Which makes it almost more frustrating that maybe he should be a stopper and the other two should be on the cover. All right, let's see if we can get one back here. McCullough down the line for Napoleon. Cargbo's lurking. Napoleon back towards Cargbo. Oh, Cargbo. All right. So something else we can do here. We can get rid of one of these guys, can't we? I wonder if... Let's just try something. On attack, if we try and maybe even go down that right-hand side, look for an overlap there, and see if that works for us. It's been a slightly disappointing performance, though, hasn't it? We got back to 1-1 at halftime, and then it's been two silly defensive errors, really, isn't it? Both times Davenport just not tracking his man. And that's a really disappointing performance as much as anything. So there we go. The gap is down to a single point. Lion have won, so they've pulled back 3 points on us as well. Wilson gets one over former club, and it's just all around a little bit disappointing. Our 36-game unbeaten run comes to an end. And, yeah, there we go. He looks quite decent. That'll do it for today. Sorry about that. Yeah, Linfield just didn't quite work. Back to the drawing board on that one, isn't it? How do we beat Linfield? Obviously not like that. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. As I said, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. The league performance was poor. Europe, though, I think we can take that and run, can't we? And we'll be back next time. We'll come back for Crusaders in the league, and then Rebot Nicky at home. Now, assuming that we win that, I think what we'll do is we won't bother showing the away game. We'll come back for Legia and Genk to sort of round out the group. But we will come back and just have a look at them anyway and see what they're like. So that'll be next time, guys. If you've enjoyed that, as I said, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Take care.